Now, a big part of modern fantasy football strategy, of course, is handling roster moves with players who are coming off suspensions or facing suspension. And boy, who doesn't love some suspension talk? Just the kind of thing that caused all of us to fall in love with sports when we were young. You know, I remember sitting on my father's lap on a beautiful Saturday afternoon as he told me amazing tales of the great suspended players of his day. And I've loved suspension ever since. Memories. 3 fantasy-relevant players have served suspensions this year, with all of them becoming eligible to play this month, right? Last week, Jets tight end Austin Seferian-Jenkins returned to action, 5 catches, 31 yards. He was tied for the team lead in targets. ASJ is available in almost every league, and he could be a big part of a Jets offense that frankly has shown some life, but could easily use more weapons. Next week, Doug Martin comes off suspension for the Buccaneers, meaning this Sunday is the last week that Jacquizz Rodgers clearly has the job all to himself, and there's no question which Tampa Bay running back to start. But this week's suspension, end of note, New Orleans wide receiver Willie Snead. Last year's wide receiver 36, he was tied with DeAndre Hopkins, and he's currently available in over 20% of ESPN.com leagues. And on Sunday, he'll be available to Drew Brees and the high-powered Saints offense. Now, Snead is going to play the slot for New Orleans, right, where last year he was 7th in the NFL in slot targets. And so far this year, the Saints, 9th in the NFL in slot targets. They've got 2 touchdowns in 3 games from the slot as well. Snead needs to be owned in all leagues. He's a borderline wide receiver 3 or 4 this week against Miami. And to those of you who thought, Kobe Fleener or Brandon Coleman might be a thing, I think those days are likely over with Willie Snead back. But soon, someone else will be suspended, making all new memories for fathers and sons everywhere.